with you as I'm here in Japan. Just coming off of our Japan Sacred Journey of 2017 on Mount Kurama, which was a truly delightful week where we all gathered and connected to the sacred mountain of Kurama and walked the footsteps of Mikao Usui with many adventures throughout Kyoto and a wonderful visit with Inamoto Sensei and a beautiful journey with him on Mount Kurama and time to share together with his community, his Reiki community. So much nourishment on so many levels and such a mystical land to be in, so immersed in nature, so drenched by the cedar trees and the maple trees and the waters, such sacred waters all around us. And a lovely group that gathered was quite magical. It was 11 of us, the number of mastery, and definitely a group of masterful Reiki practitioners, and lots of playfulness and joy and awarenesses and celebration and incredible nourishment of all the incredible foods of this land. So much artistry in this land. It's quite unbelievable. My last time here in Kyoto, I didn't get to experience such such abundance when it comes to the food that we were blessed with at our lodging, and so much artistry and detail in their preparation, and every day, every meal was incredible, wondrous journey in and of itself. So much to share with you. I do want to invite you to join us next year for 2018. We are already preparing that journey, and I know several of you have mentioned interest in joining us. It will be another wonderful delight. It's really quite special to, come to the land where Mikao Usui discovered his practice of Reiki, the Usui Reiki Ryoho, to really, delve into the history, to delve in the energy, and to be in the field of Reiki. Kurama, what's fascinating about Kurama is that Tendai Buddhism was the practice of Kurama at the time that Usui traveled and journeyed on Kurama. And Tendai Buddhism is that sect of Buddhism which really lends to living enlightenment in everyday life, and that one does not have to go off and be a recluse in the mountains in order to experience enlightenment on a day-to-day basis. And that is definitely what Mikao Usui achieved on his journey on Mount Kurama. After a period in his life of financial and identity crisis, he journeyed, some say 21 days, some say 20 some odd days, and had his state of Satori, his Onshin Ritsume, in which he experienced that state of unbroken peace, in which he experienced that state of non-duality, in which he was profoundly impacted and with a beautiful force of light, as some describe it, that came like a bolt of lightning through his third eye or crown. It's really not clear, and an overwhelming radiant warmth that permeated his entire body, which we all experience when we receive a Reiki session or a Reiki attunement. So what's fascinating is 30 some odd years after Usui's passing, Kurama changed its practice and no longer was a sect of Tendai Buddhism, and changed to the worship and practice of the Son Ten, which is a trinity. Much of that you really need to experience when you're here, but the essence of the practice is love and light and the power of the earth. which we practice with the Reiki symbols. The three Usui Reiki symbols are, in essence, the power of the earth in the first symbol, and the power of love in the third symbol, as well as in the second symbol, the power of light, which we very much experience in the fourth symbol and the master symbol. So, sometimes when we think of Reiki in the kind of new age realm, we get into the whole kind of love and light element, and we think it a little bit woo-woo or a little bit, sweet. But when it comes to the practice that you experience on Kurama, and of course when you delve into the practice of Reiki, you really discover that it's the power of love, it's the power of light in its truest essence that is unbroken, that carries us through whatever challenge we may be experiencing, and is non-dualistic. It is the realm and the field of non-duality. That is love. Love is not dualistic, and light is non-dualistic. And of course, when we approach those realms of pure love, pure light, and pure power, the dualistic mind rises. And that place of seeing separation, that place of judgment, that place of hierarchy, that place of suffering can emerge as a result of being in that pure field and space. And so that sometimes happens for us in our Reiki treatments or Reiki attunements. We find those parts of us, come to the surface as they are clearing out. And that's the beautiful thing about our Reiki practice, is it enables those things to rise, and we can just embrace them, like that radiant heat that we experience with Reiki, and then it dissolves. It just dissolves, transforms, like the river, like the water of Reiki, like the fluid flow of Reiki. It's truly quite magical, this sacred mountain, truly magical and mystical, very mystical, and very simple in many ways, surrounded and filled with, beautiful ancient cedar trees. There's the practice of Shintoism that is seen on this mountain as well, where there's an awareness of the sacredness of nature and how the divinity resides in nature, and how healing occurs in nature. And that's definitely what Usui, unearthed on his experience on Kurama, was the power of healing when he sat for 20 some odd days or 21 days and gifted this amazing force, that then he created this amazing practice that he wanted accessible to all of us, easily and effortlessly, and usable in everyday life. And that's what we have with this beautiful practice. So, such a gift, such an amazing gift that we have. And the reality is, like all sacred land, it's really just a reflection of what's within us. We are a sacred land. And we pilgrimage to these sacred lands in order to remember, in order to reawaken to that reality that we are a sacred land, that we are a field of light, that we are a field of love, that we are a field of divine power. And it flows through us, and it is us, should we allow it. And much of our daily practice enables us to, live in that realm, to unearth that sacred mountain within us, and to live that sacred mountain in everyday life, and to honor that sacred mountain within us and in our life. That's why we pilgrimage to these places. And so, as part of that, I would love to tune you into these sacred lands here. We are actually now moved on to another sacred mountain, Mount Koya, which has been quite delightful. We're at a temple that we've been staying at a couple of days, and incredibly peaceful and very reflective of Mount Kurama. Many, many sacred mountains in this area, and an incredible realm of peace here that you might be able to sense and tune into. There's beautiful Zen gardens here, such incredible detail to these beautiful gardens. And we just visited this incredible sacred land and mausoleum, quite beautiful. And what's really delightful about these places that we go to here is that there's such a lightness when you walk on these sacred lands, and there's really such a playfulness in much of it, such a joy that you kind of tune into and experience. And they say this about Jesus, Jeshua, another great master, that in order to reach that realm of heaven, you must enter it like a child. And there's a difference between being childish and being childlike. Childlike is one who is constant awe and open and receptive and sees wonders in everything, and everything is playful and joyful and delightful. And you definitely feel that here. It's kind of interesting little paradox where there's this great sense of discipline and practice and an incredible sense of lightness and playfulness. And that very much reflects our daily practice at home, our daily practice, that we really take everywhere. There is that power of developing our instrument. That is our discipline, that enables our instrument to be finely tuned so that not only that it shares and delivers beautiful music, but it also receives beautiful music through our fine attunement that we do on a daily basis. That's our daily, Reiki yoga meditation practice. It allows our instrument to be clear, to receive, that we're able to experience that playfulness, everywhere, and sense and feel that deliciousness everywhere. We had another experience in our journey here of the power of Reiki in our practice, and it was really beautiful to see again. I've shared with you many times how I've experienced so much powerful physical healing from Reiki in the past year or so, personally with different falls and utilizing the gift of Reiki. And what I love about Reiki is that in working with whatever natural methods that we work with is that we really embrace our humanity, and that as humans, life happens and we get sick and we fall and things break, and we have this ability to connect with the healing power of the body, and utilize those resources that activate the healing power of the body. That is the natural way. That is what nature provides for us. Nature is always self-healing and transforming, and our body is nature. And so the gift of Reiki is the ability that it can actually facilitate healing rapidly on the holistic level. So there's an energetic, there's a spiritual, there's a mental, there's emotional, and then there's a consequently physical, realignment that occurs. And I've definitely experienced that power, especially in group Reiki, which is what Dr. Hayashi created with his clinics, 2 to 3 practitioners working on one person, which is quite phenomenal. And on this journey, we had someone who started to not feel so well and came across a little bit of a sore throat and cold. And, it was really beautiful to see how our group Reiki experience supported her realignment and activated her body's clearing and healing then, coupled with the Reiki share with Inamoto Sensei that supported that in happening on a deeper level. So, I always say don't underestimate the power of Reiki, and do share it, do receive it, not only from yourself on a daily basis, but from each other. Connect with your Reiki practitioner friends. Join me in a Reiki session. I'm available in person or distant as well. And it's important for us to stay in the flow of Reiki consistently. Sometimes we receive trainings and, we're sharing it with ourselves, and then things happen and we get disconnected and we can lose that connection, though we never lose Reiki. And we can get disillusioned. It's so essential to re-plug in and reconnect in Reiki share, come to a training again, get a session, read some of the materials, reactivate it. And the more that we're practicing it, the more that we're in that river, the more that we're in that flow, and the more that we are supporting that river to grow on this planet. It was Usui's last wish that Reiki would help to heal the planet and all of humanity. It is my wish that Reiki will reactivate that golden essence that is this planet, that hue of light that resides in all of nature and all of humanity. It's that halo that we see in all of the pictures of angels and saints, and we also see them here with many of the deities. The reality is that it's all of us, and it's all of life, and it's all of nature. And it's through our awareness of that, through our reverence to that, through our ability to perceive that and see that, that we create that. And Reiki helps us. Reiki, when we stay in the river of Reiki, when we stay in that flow of Reiki, we are reactivating it in our own bodies. We reactivate that glow, and we reactivate that glow in nature and in each other. And when that glow is strong, when that river is strong and flowing, life is lighter. That is what we experience on Mount Kurama. That constant practice that is happening on that mountain enables that field of light to be so strong and palpable, that field of love to be so, that we're buoyant, that we can walk up this very steep mountain and be light as air. That's definitely what I experienced. I had some intense pain in my legs on this particular journey, and when I traveled on Mount Kurama, and after receiving Reiki on a Reiki share, it was like light as air, coming up the mountain. And that is really how we're meant to live in life, in a sense of lightness that enables us to be keenly connected. That's what the second Reiki symbol does. It allows us to be telepathically aware, that we perceive. Our intuition is more in tuned. Synchronicity happens. We connect, we flow, we receive love, we give love, we share this light. Ultimately, we're create this interconnective web of light throughout the planet. That's what the whales, the dolphins, create in the waters. And it was really beautiful to learn that Kurama, there's a kind of a connection between these energies that resided here on this planet from the beginning of time, where the whales, they say, and the dolphins came from another planet. The waters created a realm of light on this planet known as the land of Mu. We are returning to, we are kind of in a phase and in a cycle of much dissension, if you will, as we are returning to ascending and to realigning to a divine flow, which is just natural. It's a natural way of being. Definitely look up Anna Breitenbach, who is a animal communicator, nature communicator, who utilizes mindfulness as part of her telepathic abilities and tells us that we are all telepathic. That is the natural way. The sages for ages, that's how they communicated between each other on this land and interdimensionally. And it is the way of the future. It is the natural way. It is not woo-woo. It is not something out there. It is within us. It is what Reiki teaches us. It opens us up to that natural ability. And that is what we see in the many deities that we see here. We see these kind of divine powers, and we are, they're archetypes, reflections of what's within us, and we are capable of. And we also have our humanity. So that's what the 5 Reiki principles helps us with. So when humanity hits us and we fall into worry and we fall into anger, we just get reminded of letting it go. And just notice the gratitude. Just focus on your practice and just practice kindness, Just practice kindness with yourself, with each other. Share this beautiful gift and it will change. It will pass. It always passes. That's one of the beautiful things Inamoto shared with us is everything changes. And it does. Everything changes, keeps on changing and transforming. So whatever challenge you may be facing right now, know that it is changing. Whatever challenge you're seeing in the world, know that it is changing. And what I invite you to do is to reside in the realm of truth, in the realm of light, in the realm of love. Let that be the greater force that you reside in, rather than the force that you may see in the news or in your family or in your inner circle or whatever challenge. Know that that is there and that is real, but there is a greater reality, a greater force, and let yourself rest there. So just take a moment here, taking a deep breath and filling yourself with breath in your hara. With a little sound behind the background that's here at the temple. Just drinking that in. Imagining yourself on the top of Kurama, in the sacred mountain, as you inhale that pure chi, as you inhale those beautiful sounds and scents and sights, just breathing that into your hara as you exhale, circulating through your tissues, muscles, bones, and skin. Breathing in and filling yourself with that beautiful light of Reiki that's in all of nature, that golden light, breathing it in into your hara and then exhaling, circulating it through your tissues, muscles, bones, skin, and aura. Just like the first symbol, the power symbol, opens us up to the flow of the earth and the flow of Reiki, just breathing that into your hara and circulating and feeding every tissue, muscle, bone, skin, and into your aura. And then opening up your mental, emotional faculties as you inhale, just breathing into the hara and into your third eye, opening up to that second symbol, the mental, emotional symbol that connects us with the bodhisattvas, particularly Zenju Kannon, also known as Kuan Yin, whose sister bodhisattva and deity is also Mother Mary. So opening up to that compassion, that mercy, that protection, that blessing, moving you out of that realm of suffering and mental, emotional suffering and karmic patterns, and aligning you with wholeness and emotional wisdom and clarity and ease and joy. And then breathing into your hara, feeling that connection of the earth and the heavens as you inhale into your hara, your heart, and your third eye, opening up to the third symbol, true heart mind now, dissolving any sense of separation between you and your truest self and your wholeness. Imagining yourself on the top of Kurama, just like Usui, remembering your wholeness. remembering your deep connection with the earth, remembering your deep connection with your inner wisdom, and all of the assistance of all of this highest realms, whatever that is for you. It could just be your highest self, or it can be the bodhisattvas or the angels opening you up, reminding you that you're not alone, you're always supported, and connecting you back to your true heart mind in this moment, surrounded by that luminous light, the fourth symbol, luminous unbroken light that burns through anything that doesn't serve, that brings to the surface what is no longer serving, and just carries you through all of life, guiding and supporting you. And so resting there, resting in that space of deeply rooted, deeply grounded, as you are open and receptive, receiving, surrounded and filled with the light, the golden light of Reiki. Nothing for you to do, just simply receive. They say that Mount Kurama is connected to the heart of the universe, the center of the universe, where truth resides. And so as you inhale into that, finding that truth within yourself, allowing anything that seems to separate you from that truth to just simply dissolve and clear out. Allow yourself to receive the waves of light, the waves of love that permeate this land and is truly ever and always available to us. Take a deep, full inhale, filling up your hara, your heart, your third eye. Exhale fully, tissues, muscles, bones, skin into your field. And again, inhale, breathing into your hara, your heart, your third eye, filling up with golden light. Exhaling, circulating into the tissues, muscles, bones, skin, and aura. And a third time, inhaling, breathing in the power of the earth that is here, the power of this luminous light that is here, and love. And then circulate it through, filling your aura. And then gently beginning to bring awareness to the space that you're in, bringing awareness to your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Gently opening your eyes. And so, dear ones, it's been such a delight to be able to share some of the gems of this journey. I look forward to connecting with you all in the City of Angels as I return. And of course, with those that are in other regions, I look forward to connecting you with other events and connections that we have coming up. We will be going to Maui in just a few months. So do look that up at sacredventures.com and see the details. We'd love to have you join us. We'll be doing a advanced and master training there, as well as a sacred journey there. And like I said, we will be planning for the Japan 2018, so look for that. Reiki trainings coming up in June, and we will also be doing a Reiki training in Ireland this year in July. So much delights coming up, and I hope to also be creating some online opportunities where we can gather from wherever we are around the world to help to strengthen our Reiki connection and our meditation connection. So, dear ones, again, lovely to connect with you, sending you so much luminous love, luminous light, and rich blessings your way. Look forward to connecting. Sat Nam, Namaste.